And in Symmetry, it's very simple to get started. There are only 3 simple ways to get involved in our business. Number 1 is what we call a marketing rep. Now, of course, the first thing you need to be is a customer. Okay, because you can get started as a customer either as a retail customer by paying the full retail price, or becoming a preferred customer by getting started in Symmetry, getting signed up for an auto ship, and getting delivered the product each and every month, and you now earn yourself a discount of 30 to 60%. But for the business aspect, number 1 is you can become a marketing rep, where you get yourself a little literature kit. Gives you the literature, the information you need, everything you need to get started in the business and understand the business, and buy at least 1 product. Okay? And you can get started as a marketing rep for just $39. The second way to get started in business, for those, how many of you would like to make a little extra money? Okay, well, this is the way for you. Get started with what we call a Go Box 3.0. And the Go Box 3 is a value of approximately $500. It's actually a little over $500 in value. It gives you products, gives you literature, gives you information, gives you this marketing rep kit for free in there, gives you everything you need to get your business started. And that Go Box is $299 plus tax, depending on the state you live in. Okay? That's with shipping and everything for $299. Now, and it gives you a value of over $500. Now, that's pretty cheap to get started in your own part-time business, isn't it? Okay? And so if you want to make a little extra money, that's the way to get started. The third way to get started in our business, for those people who want to make a lot of extra money. How many of you know someone who want to make a lot of extra money? Okay, good. This is the way for them. It's called a Go Box, but now it's a 6.0. And a 6.0, what it does is it gives you more product, gives you all the literature for free, gives you a big discount on a training course that we have in Symmetry to learn about the products and supplementation in general. It gives you the opportunity to earn on all of those 7 levels that I talked about before. It lets you start in the highest position in the company. So there's a lot of advantages for the people who are serious about making more money. And the 6.0 gives you over $1,000 worth of product. Okay, so this, and you can get started with this, over $1,000 in value for just $599, and that's with everything included. Okay, that's with, except for the tax, depending on the state you live in, okay? Now, so that, folks, that's not an investment, because it's not a franchise fees or blue sky fees, or you get product for that. Sell the product, got your money back. Got the idea? But if you're serious about building a business, that's the best way to get started. But any one of those 3 is okay. We have people who started as number 1, gone right to the top. Number 2, gone right to the top. Number 3, gone right to the top. It's just quicker for the people who start as number 3s. And folks, basically, what I've shown you here, this is what I saw when I looked at the business. Oh, not exactly this. It was a little different opportunity when I joined in 1970. But basically something similar. And I'll tell you the truth. That night when I looked at the business my first time, when the meeting was over, I'll be honest with you, I was excited, but I was scared. Yeah, I was. I'd never done anything like this before. I'd never been in business before, so I was scared. I was even afraid to try. And so when the gentleman that night who invited me turned to me and said, "Rudy," he said, "what do you think?" I said, "Mr. Wagner," I said, "this business looks terrific for you, but not for me." And he said, "Why?" And so I couldn't tell him I was scared, so I started to make all these excuses. And I said, well, I don't have the time, and I don't have the money, and I don't have the, and I just made all these excuses. But the truth was they were excuses because I was afraid to try, right? And I went home that night, and fortunately, my dad helped me change my entire life that night. Because when I went home that night, I tried to explain what I saw. I got out a napkin and I drew all this stuff on a napkin trying to copy what they did, and try to kind of explain it to my dad. Well, I couldn't do a good job of it, but he got the idea. And my dad said to me something very important that night. He said, "Look, Rudy," he said, "you've got to get in that business." I said, "Dad, why are you so excited about it? You didn't even see it." He said, "Look," he said, "those people are trying to show you how to work smart and not just hard the rest of your life." And gosh, folks, I knew what he meant. Because as I told you before, I wasn't born in America. Okay, I was born in Germany. My mom and dad were Hungarian and Romanian refugees. They worked very, very hard their entire lives for very little. See? And he said, look, at least try, because if you don't try, you'll never know. And as you can see, he got through to me or I wouldn't be here today, right? And I wish I could tell you that I joined the business and overnight I was one of those success stories. But that's not true. I wasn't. It took me a while to learn. It took me a while to try. But I went to the trainings. I listened to the tapes. I had my uplines help me. I went to all the available trainings and finally I learned how to do it. And once I learned good. And I could stand up now all day and tell you about how wonderful the business has been to me and what's happened to me over all these years. Since 1970, this is all I've done, see? And it's surely been exciting and all the beautiful people I've met all over the world. And I could tell you about the cars and the houses and the boats and the planes and the travel and all of that. Forget the money, okay? Yeah, the money is important. But here's the thing that it did most for me. It helped me to reach one of my biggest dreams. I don't know what your dream is. I don't know what it is that's major for you that you'd like to have. But back then, my biggest dream in life was to be able to take care of my mom and dad. Because what I told you before, every word is true. Okay? They worked very hard for very little. And if I told you the whole story, it'd be sad. But thanks to this business, thanks to them helping me become successful, thanks to the opportunity it created for me, I was able to take care of them. See? And for the last 25 years, they've had nothing to worry about. New cars, new houses, traveled the world with me, went everywhere, see? Now, I'm not telling you that to impress you with me. I'm telling you that because that was my dream. That's what I wanted. What is it that you want? For you, your husband, your wife, your kids, for your family, I don't know what it is that you'd like to have, okay? But I know this. If you don't try, it'll never work. So you've got to find something and give it a try. There's 3 choices you can make right now. 3 answers you could actually give us. Number 1 is yes, I'd like to try. And if your answer is yes, good. Then make sure you watch the part of this DVD that tells you how to get started and what to do next and your next step, and we'll show you how to do that. Get to the trainings, get on the website, get all the available training, talk to your sponsor, talk to the person who invited you, and they'll help you. So if your answer is yes, get started now and definitely get on the products right away, okay? The second answer you can give us is no. And if your answer is no, that's okay. We don't mind getting a no. It's okay. We're doing great. Symmetry is growing and going all over the world. We're now in 14 countries, 22 different markets around the world. Things are happening all over the world for us. So we'll be okay. But if your answer is no, please do 2 things. Number 1, get some of the product, because I promise you it'll help you to feel and look better. And if it doesn't, it's guaranteed 100% you get your money back. So at least get some of the products. And number 2, if your answer is no, keep looking. Because if symmetry is not for you, that's okay. But don't settle for less than you can be. Don't settle for working for someone else for the rest of your life, wind up 65 years old and broke, and then blame somebody else. Well, that's what most people do. They never try anything, never get involved, and all of a sudden they're 65 and they want to blame the neighbors or the government or the boss or they want to blame somebody. Folks, people don't go broke in this country from lack of opportunity. There's opportunity all over the place. Right? They go broke from lack of trying. So find something that fits you and give it a try. And the third answer you could give us is I want to think it over. And that's no answer at all. Either say yes or say no. Right? And the reason I'm serious about that is because, see, when I got started in this business back in 1970, some of my best friends were always complaining about their job, the taxes, their money, their income. I invited them to look at my business. When the business presentation was over like this, they said, well, let me think about it. Folks, that was 1970. Guess what? They're still thinking. And you know what's worse? They're still complaining about the boss, the government, the taxes, their job, their income. But they never do anything. And then when I go home, I go back to Jersey and I see them, you know what they say to me? Well, you were lucky. No, I wasn't lucky. I was just willing to try. That was the difference, see? And so if you want some more, just be willing to try. Get back to the person who showed you this DVD. Okay? Get back to the person who invited you. Get back to the person who showed you the product and tell them you want to learn more. You want to get started right now. Thanks for watching.